The latter part of the book deals with who are you, what are your gifts, what a superwoman and a goddess is from a historical, biological, and spiritual context. So in the book also people have an opportunity to get their pen and actually do little exercises. So it's a very small book, but what I'm told by many people is that every young woman in America should read this book.
Yeah, it is excellent, but you also you help people in person, not just books. You do classes and things, right?
Yeah.
You help people in person, so they come see you. Do you work magic? Is it? I mean, do you do group sessions or solo sessions with one-on-one with people?
Well, I mean, I have two things going on.
Yeah.
I still work in the industry as a celebrity makeup artist.
Okay.
About 95% of my clients are celebrities. And also my focus is a workshop that me and my business partner Judy Anansa Randall put together called Superwomen and Goddesses 101. And so really that workshop brings the book to life.
So you have a workshop?
A workshop based on the book. And so the book is geared for young women, teenagers. And so it's an experience of games, dance, including belly dance, yoga, qigong. And so it's about 90 minutes, and it's an introduction to this book. It's a different type of lifestyle outside of this whole pimp hoe culture. You know, I have a saying, and it's becoming more and more popular. As long as bees and hoes are called by inns and dogs, then kings will never be with goddesses, and then mama dies. So as long as there's bees and hoes, then inns and dogs will never be kings with goddesses.
What you're doing is very necessary, because in many parts of our society, the family, it's like, you know, we have a lot of family issues, okay? And everybody has children, you know, it seems like everybody I got a couple of kids over here, a couple of children over here. That's just the way it is, it seems like. I'm not saying that's good or bad, but how do we get our own act together? That's what I'm trying to get at. How do we get our own act together so we can help our children? Because we pass on all of our dramas and insecurities on to our children, then the cycle continues. How do we break the cycle with ourselves, then pass on this wisdom and this love for being who we are to our children?
Well, I'll tell you what I did and what I'm doing. You know, everything is created by your mindset, your consciousness, how you think about things. And so I in my life have experienced what it's like to have very low self-esteem. And for instance, when I was 16 years old, I had one of my best friend's mothers said to me, I had a sleepover. I was at her house, and her mother was kind of a grouchy woman. And so we were up and we were happy and we were excited. And so she looked at me and she said, "Girl, you so damn silly, you need to go get you some."
What?
And so based on that comment, I got rid of my virginity. And so
wait, this woman told you ought to go sleep with a boy.
Yeah, I'm
you're
so
silly.
damn silly. In other words, I was innocent, I was happy, I was silly. And
You were being a young kid, innocent.
So I went from that, having such low self-esteem, that I would listen to someone like that, a misguided elder, to to now being able to hold my own in any setting. You know, I'm in a healthy relationship, my children are doing well, and all of that is based on where my mind was at the time.
But that takes time, because
you
were, I mean, we're not going to tell you age, but were you in your late 20s or early 30s before things begin to make sense?
About 2 years ago. No, you're kidding. But you know what? It was. You know
what I'm saying, though?
I mean, it took a long while.
That's right. It takes a long time sometimes.
But seeds were planted, and so going back to what you say, what can we do? And what I've done and what I see that works is that there has to be a shift in mindset. You know, a shift in feeling valuable. You know, I think if people can just feel valuable, that I'm here and I'm valuable, and I come from valuable people. You know, my biggest quarrel with the conscious people and the conscious movement is that they keep talking about struggle, and that's,
I hate that word. You're right.
That's a mindset. We are not struggling.
Right.
As long as you say that we're struggling, it's going to be a struggle, because your mouth is your magic wand. And so even if right now, in this moment, you're experiencing a struggle, by your declaration of something different, then that next moment is different. And so in my own life, I began to read books, I began to associate with people because I had a desire to have better. So
that means you had to get rid of some of your old friends.
Well, it's not even about getting rid of, like, okay, check, get rid of that.
Yeah.
It's just flowing with life, and you know, when you're flowing, if something doesn't fit, then you flow into another direction.
But if you're growing and your friends, because we're all products of our environment, and a lot of times we don't do as well as we should because our friends have the same issues we have. And if you're going to grow beyond your friends. Maybe your wife, your husband, your children. Some people don't want to grow because they feel they're going to grow away from everybody they say they love.
And really, you know, you never want to forget where you came from.
Right.
You never want to leave behind those that have supported you. So sometimes it's about redefining a relationship.